All right, everybody, we are back for round 2. Once again, thanks to Billy Tackett for those of you who are with us and saw our interview with him. He is the one who has done the custom playmats, which you see. Cliff is using his own playmat, but Bo on the right is just showing off the custom mat that he did. So we'll give more information. You go to our Facebook page to figure out how to get in touch with them and get one of your own custom pieces. So who do we have playing this round? On the right, and I will apologize, I inadvertently I picked another Izzet control deck. Boyd Adams is his name. I'll put Boyd. I believe he goes by Bo. Actually, he said it doesn't matter either one. He plays down at the Huntington shop. So I wanted to get someone on who hadn't been playing before. But in doing so, I have inadvertently picked the second copy of the Izzet deck in a row. Regardless,
I mean,
it's slightly different. So tell us a little bit about what he's got going on there.
And I also picked up
what's Bo's build look like? Anything different than Scotty's?
There's one more Izzet charm. There's main deck dissipates.
Oh my goodness! Cliff is playing Golgari zombies too. This is just the same matchup. So I apologize. I'm really bad at this.
Which Cliff came.
Someone's asking, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Someone's asking about what time the vendors stop selling. I think the convention is open until midnight tonight, isn't it? It's open late. There were people here till midnight last night. I don't know. I can't speak for every vendor. Some of them will leave earlier than others.
I would say before, as long as you get here before 9, you should be.
Yeah. So. But anyway, so again, I apologize right off the top because we have inadvertently picked the exact same matchup as you saw in round 2. But there are slightly different builds to these decks, and these are slightly different players. So.
Yeah, Cliff had a little bit different numbers, and Cliff also came with a nicely printed off.
Cliff is old school.
Yeah,
that's
I would say this would be old. This would be new school.
Well, that's a trick a lot of people don't realize. You have to be a seasoned pro to know that you can rig.
I didn't know you could do this.
What Adam is talking about is you can absolutely print off your deck list at home and bring it and turn it in
from Star City.
Yeah, there's a nice Star City form here. Obviously, want to thank Star City for sponsoring this Invitational qualifier.
I also picked up some information on game Throne Wars.
Okay.
I've talked before. I'm going to read up on it a little bit.
Yep.
So some buddies handed it to me because they have a game night every third Friday at the Elk River Church of the Nazarene on 143 Dutch Road in Charleston, West Virginia. If it's games, yes, board games. They play, play pretty much all the, I guess, what were the indie board games or not, Monopoly stuff like that. But it's a fun time.
But that is one thing that's good about coming to these conventions. Obviously, we are pretty focused into Magic as we see a Rancor diagraph pool pound in here. A lot of people who are going to be watching, including ourselves, are mostly based in Magic. But there's a lot of other very interesting games out there.
Yeah.
Card games, board games, miniatures. I know a big one of the biggest communities at our local store is the miniatures. A lot of Warhammer War Machine guys. So this kind of event like CharCon is a great chance to come and you get in the convention. You can go and check. Everything's free once you get in. Run some demos, check out some interesting games, see if you like it before you buy it.
Well, I mean, even
branch out a little bit.
Well, and there's also elements like this board game. It had, it even uses cards and dice and stuff like that you'd be familiar with Throne Wars. And I believe they said that there's going to be a Kickstarter soon on it to help fund it because they are locally. This is something that they actually created on their own. And I've seen some of the beta cards, and they're actually beta testing it today to try and get some feedback and work the kinks out and just show off the product that they're working on. They also gave me a free T-shirt too, so I can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely, you can't complain.
During my bathroom break, they stopped me and were like, "Here, Vickers, here's a T-shirt. Wear it."
Walking billboard, Adam Vickers.
Hey. And Cliff also mentioned to me when I was on that bathroom break that PapaJohns.com, you can order pizza online and have it delivered places.
Absolutely.
Just in case.
You want to know? On Thursday, my wife did, in fact, just that.
Yeah.
They have a new meatball something pizza. Not a fan.
Oh, well.
Kind of boring.
I'm sure there's something.
Meatballs are good. No one on pizza. I figured it out. More importantly, let's talk a little bit about Magic here. So we saw Izzet charm answer the Rancor diagraph pool and a Pillar of Flame. answer the next thread, a Dissipate answering the Gerald's Messenger, and Bo's in pretty good spot here. 5 means Tamio usually.
And there's a 10.
And with no pressure on the board whatsoever. Cliff is way up against it at this point. Very tough spot for Cliff. The one thing I will say about Cliff's deck that differs greatly from Alan's that we saw in the last round is that he is playing Deathrite Shamans, is he not?
Yes.
He's playing 2 Blood Artists, 3 Deathrite Shamans, and then everything else appears to be basically the same. He's playing 1 copy of Golgari Charmaine and a copy of Deadly Allure. You familiar with Deadly Allure?
That's the almost block.
Yeah, it must. The creature gets death touch and must be blocked.
Yeah,
and
flash it back for a green. Yeah. So I think Boyd's presence.
Yeah, Boyd's Deadly Allure is what we're talking about. With Blood
Death Touch.
With Blood Artists in play, you can really control combat that way. Hunter Sumter used those to great effect in his run to the state championship last week. So you see a dead week take out the Delver Secrets. Still no answer for Tamio. And now with the Snapcaster, he can apply a little bit of pressure himself. The question being, if it comes to that, will Bo ultimate Tamio? Because Scotty Wright sure didn't want to.
I don't know. He's up to 7 right now, so we may find out in 2 turns.
So we see a Gerald's Messenger, Shoxbow, and because it's loss of life, you can't redirect it to Tamio as much as you wish you could in this situation. What does the deck, he doesn't really have anything that can answer that once it hits the table. I mean, Abrupt Decay doesn't work because it costs 5.
Yeah, they're...
Out of the board, he has Appetite for Range, which is your best answer, I think. He's not even playing Abrupt Decay in the main.
No, he has 1 in the side. Which I think I'll be fine with that.
I mean, you are the beatdown. Like, you're not really...
No, I mean,
you're not really supposed to pile up on removal. So there we go.
There's the alternate.
Tamio is ultimate. So don't say we never showed you anything on camera. We're about to watch the the last 12 points of life of Bo's deck with the Tamio emblem on board. What are the percentage chances that Cliff can win this game now? Just an estimate.
What is off of Tamio?
He cast another one.
No, that was from the graveyard. He ultimated it, put it in the graveyard. I mean, it doesn't come...
I don't think it comes back.
No. Unless I've been playing it wrong.
It will die.
Yeah, it would die to itself.
I don't know. Since we've dealt with this issue in the past, I usually do not interfere with the game.
Yeah.
As best I can. It should die. Because removing the loyalty counters is part of the cost. And even if it's not, like, it has no loyalty on it.
Yeah, I mean, it won't... Oh, maybe, okay. He doesn't have a Zako that he made, he doesn't have the emblem token, so he's using the Tam.
Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense. So we see a Searing Spear.
And a Searing Spear.
And that's enough. Yeah. So, we were thoroughly confused by various points of that game. But that shouldn't be surprised. It should be surprising to anyone because at no point have we claimed to be good at this game or have any clue what's going on.
Well, Hammer of Chaos, Snapcaster going to his hand, it's a May for Tamio. So he could have chosen to put it in the graveyard for whatever reason.
At that point, I don't know if it really mattered.
No, it doesn't matter. But
the Tamio emblem and the Searing Spear is pretty good. Now, let's talk about sideboards. Cliff Marcum playing Golgari Zombies down a game in this round 2 feature match. Both of these players 1-0, I should mention. So he has a copy of Deathrite Shaman, 2 Knights of Infamy, 2 Underworld Connections, 2 Golgari Charm, 3 Appetite for Brains, 2 Deadly Allure, 2 Sever the Bloodline, and an Abrupt Decay. So I figure the 3 Appetite for Brains come in.
What would you take out? The Kryptonite?
Yes,
Kryptonite?
probably...
I think I might keep the Deadly Alert.
I don't know if I think I might take it out.
I might keep it in just because you can... I know it doesn't play that many creatures, but it's...
Well, you can't control combat like that, but I think Deadly Allure is mainly kind of an anti-Thragtusk deck kind of card.
But it also helps help against Cameo in a way. Yeah, I guess you'd take it out.
I wouldn't be taking out any of the creatures. I might be inclined to take out a couple copies of Rancor simply because he's gotten blown out a couple times already in response because these Izzet decks have so much instant speed removal with Unsummon and with Searing Spears that it might not be worth it. So I might take out the Deadly Lure and 2 Rancors. But then again, I have no idea.
Well, I might even be inclined to put in the Knights or even the 1 more Deathrite Shaman, just for that extra pressure.
Let's now look at Bo's list and see what he's got in store for us. He has 2 copies of Mizzy Mortars, 2 extra copies of Tameo, 2 Dungeon Guys, 2 Thundermaw Hellkite, 3 Negate, 2 Cyclonic Rift, 1 Pithy Needle, and 1 Cavern of Souls. Scotty's deck had 1 Pithy Needle in it too. I mean, that's an anti-Jace, it's an anti-Phase card.
Yeah, that's an a lot of stuff. I would play it in any deck, because Cliff's deck could definitely use it.
Yeah. It's never... It's never dead. It's very rarely a dead card. But in this case, he's probably going to bring in his extra copies of Mortars, probably the 2 Dungeon Geists, I would think. Maybe the 2 Cyclonic Rifts as well. We'll just have to see. What would he take out? These decks are playing Thought Scours. I'm not sure if these decks really need Thought Scours, especially Bo's list that's not playing the Rune Changers like. So we'll just have to see. He might bring in another copy of Tameo as well, because Tameo really does that detain ability or frostbite ability, whatever you want to call it.
Or even the draw too.
Yeah, just being able to refill your hand off of.
A lot of people forget that as well. The second.
Yeah, you can divination in this matchup probably draw out a minimum 2 cards, probably 3, and then equivalent gain 3 or 4 life. You know, even if it dies immediately, you know, to give you that tempo swing. So. Someone's asking if the deck lists are available on the SCG website. No, they're not. We're not. This is not. We're not necessarily a Star City broadcast. This is a Star City Invitational Qualifier for their Invitational series later in the year. That's being held at our local gaming convention here in Charleston, West Virginia. So there is we have no access to their website. I will post deck lists after the fact on our Facebook page. So if you would like to follow us on Facebook,
the top 8 they get published, don't they? A little bit. I'm not for sure.
Just to follow up on that question, if anybody wants deck lists after the fact, we will post them on Facebook. I did also yesterday get all of the deck lists for our states coverage. So later today or tomorrow, I should be able to get those online. So if you're interested in deck lists, just go to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. They should be up at some point throughout the weekend. So,
I believe Mirror of Chaos has our thought on Detain. I like it. It's a good tempo.
There are a lot of creatures. There are a lot of creatures in the metagame right now in Standard that can't be answered with direct removal. Cards like Lawful Control, cards like Gerald's Messenger, just burning them out or destroying them is not going to work. Because they just have a card like Thragtusk. So in that case, Detain is the perfect solution. I mean, we saw Dungeon Guys get a lot. I mean, Scotty won that game. He won because of Dungeon Guys.
Yeah.
So,
which I think it would be easier to remember with Detain if it maybe tapped a creature and it doesn't untap.
Yeah, because it also has the Face Feathers ability of being able to lock down
their activated abilities. I think just the knowing that it can attack or block the next turn.
Somebody's asking us what our thoughts are on banding. So we're just getting trolled in our own chat.
I can't.
Yeah. We're also
I
getting
think
some
that
comments
is
about.
nice little Vince Smith, who was.
What was that? Vince?
Yeah, I believe that is Vince Smith asking us on our banding.
We should ask Vince Smith the question about why he is not here playing in this tournament.
I think he wants to.
Vince Smith, 10th place.
Yeah.
10th place at this year's state championship. Played in rounds 1 and round 7 of our state's coverage, which is available on YouTube. YouTube user Zach Sells Magic. Also in our impromptu legacy playtest session. Did you see that as well?
No, I think I missed
we had
that.
we had like one round where we had like literally 30 minutes left after the round was over. So we had Vickers and not Vickers, but Vince Smith and Andrew Faulkner from Hometown play Legacy, and then they got paired each other in a winning in round 7.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awful. So I apologize.
Just a couple of announcements. Over in the kids' face painting area, we do have some empty seats. Also, if the guys want to meet up like zombies or get their face painted, the first off only $2. Also, a couple of events coming up. The X-Wing Rangers game 100-point tournament is at 2 o'clock. That is a spectacular game if you haven't played it, one of my favorites. Also, we got a couple of seats left for the next round of the North American Contend Championship Qualifier. Make sure you get in on that. No, we don't. We've been next. And also, from 4 o'clock, do not forget, our special guest, Amy Hawk, will be running a game of Low Life. If there's any seats left, I highly suggest you get in. That's a really, really fun game.
Okay, so I think the announcements are over. Obviously, if you can hear those, but I think you should be able to. A lot of stuff going on here today.
I learned something about Corey I didn't know, that apparently X-Wing is one of his favorite games.
That new X-Wing Miniatures game that's coming out is super popular. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that everyone at the shop was playing it the day it came out.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, well, they have a demo over there. You should check it out.
I can't. I just have a visitor badge. Maybe Corey will.
Well, I was going to suggest things I won't suggest on but I don't know. As coverage, as part of the coverage team, I'm sure we could finagle.
We might, yeah. I almost wanted to go to the booth and be like, well, I'm part of this coverage. If you don't know, my name is Adam Vickers. I'm part of this.
And I promise this will be the last statement I make before we get back to this game of Magic. This will see Pillar Fun take out Lawton's troll. At one point, one of the organizers who knew we were doing this said, "Well, he's the largest Magic streamer in the world, isn't he?"
No.
So I don't know what poor soul gave him that wrong information. We are pretty big. 140 people watched our FNM last week. At least on Twitch TV, that was the most people watching.
An FNM?
Yeah, there aren't many of them.
No.
But I think it is worth noting as we see the first appearance of Deathrite Shaman. And he's going to get some value out of that because he can just shuts down Snapcaster. And in a weird circumstance where in the Tameo emblem, would it go to the graveyard and then you come back, or does it ever go to the graveyard?
What?
Like if he has Tameo emblem and he casts something, does it ever go to the graveyard and trigger, or is it?
I would really have to look at the.
I don't really care.
Card, yeah.
It's never going to come into play. So
But also,
let's do a reset here.
Even with Boy's Thought Scours, that helps in a way because it also gets land in graveyard for cliff, or you can just have it devil play.
So, quick reset here. We are in round 2 of the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier from Tarkon in Charleston, West Virginia. We see on the left Cliff Marcum with Golgari Zombies putting the proverbial beat down on Bo Adams, who's playing Izzet Control on the right. Void up a game and trying desperately to
get 5 mana to
cast Tameo. We do see Underworld Dreams. Cliff did bring in Underworld Dreams here. Basically the de facto Phyrexian arena. People were talking about that a lot, and we see this. Now the question is, does he tap down Underworld Dreams land, or does he tap down the Cackler? Well, either way, Cliff is going to peel a card off of it first.
Who's Underworld Dreams land?
Just saw someone in a very remarkable.
That'd be
some kind of
Because it was Fencerwing, but they were black.
High quality cosplay in the room today as well. So if that's your thing, you should come down to Charcoal. We've got it all down here.
That is a Rancor Cackler.
We've got everything down here, including a Rancor Cackler. knocking Tamio down the wall.
I think I would just hit Boyd straight up.
Probably, because it's going to die.
Yeah, well, he's at 8.
Yep, it's
That's
half his
4.
life total. So though did lock down the Underworld Dreams land with his Tamio activation. And now he's at a point here where if he doesn't have a removal spell, Tamio will die this turn regardless. I really prefer the Jund Zombies list to these Golgari ones. I just like having
That reach?
the reach.
Yeah, I just don't like the stumbling on the mana. I don't know if it's worth it just to have that.
You see Mortars, what was that, Filler took out the Gravecrawler and Mortars finished off the Cackler. But Cliff does have a fistful of cards, and boy, it has no pressure other than his one Tamio backup.
Which that is a Blood Artist, so that's... See, I think I would have just hit Bo for the 4.
Someone is asking if the list that Cliff is playing, if it's the Jerry Thompson list from Star City. I have no idea if it is or not.
I'd assume yes. I don't know.
I'm sure there's some tweaks in it. To be quite honest, these Golgari decks, the zombie decks, they don't have a whole lot of variation. I mean, there's about 54, 55 cards that are pretty solid, and then everything else is little tweaks after that. Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, I can take... I just have a credit card.
No, it's okay. Thank you, though.
I mean, I kind of want some. Well, here, take my credit card. I'll make transactions.
It's fine. No, I appreciate it. So we're sorting out an issue here. Getting Adam Vickers some lunch. Cannot complain. So, back to the action here. Cliff trying to figure out exactly how he's going to come back from this situation. This roll is a start.
It is. But...
So we're getting confirmation in the chat that this is not the Jerry T list. And also some discussion of Blood Artist. Cliff is playing 2 copies of Blood Artist.
And he is playing, I think
but it's not nearly as good in this list as it is, I think, in the...
Well, and Cliff is playing the Crippling
Blight.
and Deadweight in his list.
So, what are we waiting on here? We're waiting on Cliff.
I think Boyd or Bo.
So he keeps locking down that land, right?
Yeah.
I see Dragmangler. Both piling in. Something's getting burned. No, Snapcaster.
And then something's getting burned?
Targeting Searing Spear. If Cliff had a cremate, this would be the greatest play ever. I don't figure he'd sideboard in a cremate for this. So Spear takes out the Dragmangler. Did you not trade your Snapcaster with the troll here? No, he does not. He chooses to let Tamio drop to. And again, like you said earlier, should he be attacking Bo directly, or should he be trying to kill Tamio?
I mean, the ultimate is bad, but get it off, and you want to knock it down, but there just gets a point where just pinging it for one's not doing anything.
So there's a Thunderbolt. We saw Scotty bring that into the Zombies matchup. It's very difficult to deal with. I don't think, looking at Cliff's list, I think he has 2 cards in his whole 75 that can answer it, and I'm pretty sure those 7 of the Bloodlines are still inside of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just... I really just didn't like that 4 that came here that one time. If he would be at 3... Cliff would have just been in such a better... I mean, Tamio might have ultimated by then, but Bo would have been on such a quicker clock. Well, what do I know? I was too afraid to play, so I commentated on it.
I don't have a standard deck. It's not a matter of playing or not playing. I literally couldn't have.
I have
Is
one.
show and tell legal and standard?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I should have got in here.
Quick story,
Sure.
because this is, I'm sure, going to go to phase. My friend, when Affinity rotated out, he went to an F&M and played it, went through rounds before anybody noticed.
How do you miss something like that?
He told them all that it got reprinted.
The whole deck?
The whole deck got reprinted. He said it was a newer store. They just didn't pick up on it until somebody was like,
That's
"That's not
creeping in
legal."
its best, and I apologize. We've just missed whatever happened here as dropping. Something happened. The troll got in, no blocks. I think he discarded.
Yeah.
To bring Bo down to 2.
Cliff might pull this one out.
The problem is this deck, other than Deathrite Shaman, doesn't have any way of directly dealing damage, and a Shaman that takes a turn, you gotta untap with it.
A messenger.
Oh, he scavenged.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting the Dreadnought that has scavenged. It's one of those things where the game really goes so long that matters.
I think Bo tapped the troll now.
Yeah. You can't afford not to.
No.
Peel a card off. Looking at his list, is there anything he can do to get extra damage in other than Deathrite Shaman? I mean, he only has 2 of those left in his deck.
You have
I guess a Blood Artist.
but there's no. What's he gonna stack it to?
Well, I mean, it shuts down the Soundcaster from attacking. Because he is at 2. So we see Abrupt Decay on the Soundcaster. Doesn't really change his clock at all. It's still a 2-turn clock because of the Thunderbird. Think once. I think he must have drawn a saucy one. Does he? Nope. No, think twice. So, very interesting here. He has a Snapcaster in his hand. Could he potentially win here? You attack with the Thunderbolt, just put 5. If you play a land Snapcaster, that'd be enough for the Devil's Play, because doesn't he have a Devil's Play in his yard? Or was that last game?
I think that might have been last game. I cannot remember. I mean, you don't even have to snap. That'd be the same amount of mana just to even flash it back.
You're exactly right.
Oh.
I'm stupid.
Oh, man.
Alright, so put down his last draw step here. He can get one more card off of the
I mean,
but the only way he can interact here at this point is with the Dragmangler, right? Something with haste, and I'm pretty sure there's no way that's going to get through. So we see the last card come off of the Underworld connections.
And it's a Rancor. And
Just
handshake.
Just play him. Might as well play him that way. Got a chance. So, congratulations to Bo Adams. His Izzet control deck moves to 2-0 on the day. Cliff Marcum.
Then I think we need
down to.
I think the next one should be Scotty and Bo. Is that what we're going to do?
We're just going to make sure that there's one Izzet control deck on the camera at all points today. Again, sorry about that. What happens here is that because of the interview we were doing with Billy Tech, the artist, well, they had already started pairing people. I completely forgot to. JB had given me pairings.
Yeah.
So it was my fault.
You think they could give us all the
deck list?
Yeah.
I mean, they can. He
needs them.
He still needs them to run the tournament because they've got deck checks and stuff like that. Those are just the ones we're done with. As I remember to give back the play mats. So let's switch back to the studio.
Get this T-shirt on that I was given to promote.
All right, we are back here again. We just finished round 2. For those of you just joining us, we are live from the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier held at Charcon Gaming Convention here in Charleston, West Virginia. My name is Zachary Evans. This guy is Adam Vickers, and you are seeing him display
Charcon 2012 Exodus Games. Their game is Throne Wars.
Throne Wars. This is a card game?
It's a board and card game, it seems. They gave me the instruction. I asked them to give me something about it, and they handed me basically the instruction manual and told me to read the introduction, probably the best thing. And in Throne Wars, each player controls a stronghold and seeks to destroy all other nobles, which is the player, in the game through brutal siege, divine retribution, and hand-to-hand warfare. The game ends when only one
So
noble is left
I'm hearing three topics here. We got brutal warfare, we got retribution, and something else I forgot.
Yeah. Which in the phase of the game, you have a roll phase, draw phase, fortify, siege, and assault. So, I mean, it seems like it's pretty similar.
The fact of the matter is it, what is it called, Throne Wars?
Throne Wars, yeah.
Just an example of one of many new games that are here in development. A lot of these games are still in their beta testing phase. There are a lot of games that you are not going to see at your local store. There are a lot of games you're definitely not going to see at your Toys R Us and whatever other vendor might be. So if you're into fantasy gaming, if you're into miniatures, you're into board games, you're into card games, you should definitely check out Charcon. For more information on Charcon, like I said, it runs all day today. If you are watching locally, it does run until midnight tonight. It runs tomorrow from, I believe, 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. And then more importantly, if you miss it out this year, it's not too late. If you live in like Illinois, it's probably too late to come here.
I did
but
see
in the future, if you are, I know it's a year away, but it's definitely worth it. It's a lot cheaper than some of your bigger cons, a lot cheaper than Gen Con, for goodness sakes.
I know that
it's not nearly as big as Gen Con, obviously, either, but it's definitely something that if you are local, you definitely want to check out. Now that we're doing the stream, now that we're kind of upping our game in terms of our Lost Legion's upping their game in terms of the qualifiers that they're doing, GPTs and whatnot. Next year we should have a lot more Magic coverage here. There should be a lot more. So if that's your main drive, definitely check it out. How can you check it out? Go to charcon.org. I believe it's listed at some point in this iteration of the banner. But just go to charcon.org for more information on the event. You can look at past events and see what's going on. Or you can contact us. Good segue, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
YouTube.
If there's a social media outlet, you can search for Zach Sells Magic and you can find us. So, what can you get by doing these things? Go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. What happens is every time I post a video on there, and I post every round of everything we've ever streamed on there after the fact. So if you want to go back and watch some stuff, or if we reference things, we've referenced several times during the day, interesting plays or matches or things where our players have been involved in the stream before. Go to YouTube, subscribe to us. Every time we post new information, it will show up in your subscriptions tab, or they will send you a notification via email to let you know that new information is up there. Twitter. I'm constantly on Twitter. Last night I made a pretty good joke about a Baconator.
Pretty good, yeah.
I'm not going to mention it. I'm going to make you go to Twitter and find it out. So
I almost replied with zing.
Multiple retweets on the Baconator joke. So
I haven't even had a Baconator, and I thought it was funny.
I had one last night.
I couldn't even tell you what it was.
I make poor dietary decisions. But anyway, on Twitter, more importantly than Twitter, I do post information in regards to when the stream is up. But we do our giveaway there. Probably a good chance to do our giveaway here in a second. Just follow us on Twitter, Zach Sells Magic there too. Facebook, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Facebook page is actually pretty cool. So if you do have a chance, just go there and like us. That'll get you subscribed to that content. Post pictures of the events. If you want to see some pictures from Charcon, we'll be walking around taking pictures today to see what the event's about. Check us out on Facebook. We post pictures from all of the events that we do. We also do a highlight of the week video every week, and then we just have general Magic discussion and a lot of. Anytime we have an event or something locally, we put information about it up there. So it's a good way to stay in touch there. Don't have to be local to appreciate some good Magic coverage and some pictures and whatnot. So definitely check that out. And finally, if you're watching on the stream currently, you know where the Twitch feed is. But most importantly, if you are watching on Twitch, if you could do us a favor, below the video stream there is either a gear, I believe it is, or a follow button. Make sure you have an account on Twitch and you follow us. They will send you an email notification anytime our stream goes live. So obviously, 6:30 Eastern every week we have our FNM broadcast. But should we do anything else? Like, for example, Star City Game Invitational Qualifier from Charcon. It's not part of our regularly scheduled events, so they will send you an email anytime the stream goes live. So that's something I use, one of the things that I watch, so I can definitely recommend that. So,
and also the good thing about this is when somebody out here gets pro, You can be like, I remember when I watched them on Twitch TV.
It's like when you're in college, you see a local band play at the local.
Like I remember.
3 years later, they take off their giant.
You already know.
So you're ahead of the curve. So we mentioned it before. In passing, I will now mention it in more detail as I switch back to the camera where I have access to that thing. Bear with me. Boom. Adam, how do you start your games of Magic? Let me guess, you roll a die.
I low roll people.
What a noob.
I know.
If you want to start your games of Magic like Captain Bowler Time USA, you need your own playset of rock, paper, scissors cards. You see them there. I'll flash them in front of the screen. I've got a big stack of them. And every week we give away a play. I have a lot of them.
I think you have to win this contest just to get.
I've cornered the market.
Yeah, you have cornered the market. Yeah.
So they're the only ones left in existence. It's an endangered species. We give out a playset. Are they worth a ton of money? No.
They are going to be because you cornered the market.
Are they worth a lot of sentimental value?
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're tough to find. If you don't want to order them and pay more shipping than the cards are worth, actually they're worth about $2, I think. You know, they're not inconsequential.
They're going to go up.
But we use these to start every game of our Friday Night Magic stream. We do not do that when we have an event like this. I'm not going to make the people at States use their things. But so if you would like to win, it's very simple. You follow me at Zach Sells Magic on Twitter. I will make a giveaway announcement here shortly, something to the effect of, it's a giveaway time, retweet this for your chance to win. Pretty self-explanatory. If you can't figure that out, we probably have bigger issues. But more importantly, it's time for us to pick last week's winner. So we did not have an F&M giveaway last night because we did not have an F&M last night because of various issues, not the least of which was lack of internet connectivity. But I do have, from last week, 14 runners. Do you have any die?
I do not.
All right.
We have
We have a small. Steve, do you have a die in your pocket? Dang it.
We could rock, paper, scissors.
No.
Everybody.
Well, here's what I don't like to do. I don't like to just randomly pick a number.
Yeah.
Because if you randomly pick a number, then numbers like 1, 2, and 13 and 14 will have no chance of winning. So here's what we'll do. We will find a die. Why don't you talk? Just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go find a.
Find a die while I sit here. I can
Tell more about Tarkon.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely worth the $5 just to come down and check everything out. And then if you do feel like you want a demo, or you can do National on Visitor, you can do partial demos. But once you pay the day pass, you can do the actual demos. So you can even upgrade from that $5 into an actual day pass and demo, like even the. Oh, we have the dice.
We're talking about demo Throne Wars.
No, I was talking demos in general because on the Visitor you can demo, but it's only a partial. But you can upgrade your pass into.
Yeah, that's something they started this year. Is you can get a visitor's pass. You can get $5 get you in the door. You can buy stuff from the vendors. Some of the games are limited, but you can't upgrade. So you get in the door. You see if it's something you're interested in. And then another thing too is the money is just going right back into the con.
Yeah.
This is not a for-profit organization, so definitely check it out. Look for us in the future. Next year we'll do a lot more advertising now that we have the stream up and running. More importantly, I have located a D20 from our former round 2 participant, Bo Adams, right as soon as we walked out there. So, would you like to do the honors of rolling?
I don't do it off the table.
16 is a reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Which is
14.
20.
14. We'll just roll until we get one.
No, I mean 1, 2, 2, 4.
No, we don't have enough for that.
Oh.
We'll just re-roll until we get one. 17. Swing and a miss. Over 2.
This is 17.
Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nicholas Bradshaw, the first winner from the Twitter giveaway that I'm not personally aware of. 2 people have won previously that aren't local, but I know them, and then 2 locals have won. So congratulations to Nicholas Bradshaw. I do not know what your Twitter handle is. I'll have to go back and check, but you are the winner of this week's Twitter giveaway. If you would like to win your own for next week, like I said, after we go on break here shortly, I'll make a tweet. It'll say it's a giveaway. All you have to do is retweet it. Make sure you're following me. This is the key. you're not following me, you
Cannot direct message you.
No, but you retweet. If you're following me, I'll get your information. We'll send it to you at no cost to you. So it's a fun little thing we do. It's one way that we can give back. If you would like to give back to us, just go to all those social media sites we talked about.
Or papajohns.com.
papajohns.com, inadvertent sponsor. I did give them a plug about their meatball pizza.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
Well,
like
no,
it.
you did not give them a. You,
I did
you
like
mentioned
the
them. You
It's
mentioned
all right.
them.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just not
Yeah.
something.
You gave your Yelp review of the Papa John's.
Papa John's pizza, good. That specific pizza, meh, as the kids would say. So, anyway, we have about 12 minutes left. I do need to go sort out something with the head judge here. He said he would talk about something. So, we're going to take a brief break. Please do not go away. Just leave it signed on. Just make another tab. Just make another tab. We'll be back.
Go to the bathroom.
In 10 minutes or whatever,
Get
we'll come back.
Pizza.
As soon as I sign off of here, we're going to make the Twitter giveaway. So just make sure you don't miss out on that.
No.
It doesn't cost you anything. And then later on in the day, as I did mention earlier, we will be giving away promo Restoration Angel. We will figure out how we're going to do that. It will most likely be involved with our Facebook page. So stick around for that. We will give you free stuff on top of this non-stop, top quality Magic the Gathering.
The most thing you do not want to miss out on another Izzet deck.
Yes, we'll try to find
zombies.
a third match that contains the same 2 decks we've seen already twice today, because I am bad at organizing. So anyway, like I said, we're going to take a brief break here. We should be back in about 10 minutes. Check us out on Twitter. Do not go away. More Magic to come.